Hello and welcome to another edition of AverageDrafter. This is the third draft we've been doing, and it's a good one. As you know, I'm a big fan of drafting and forcing mono white as much as possible, and that's going to be pretty evident when you see this pack. Now, the only two cards that are sticking up in the first pack are Sudden Death and Temporal Isolation. There's some other decent cards, Momentary Blink, but it's down to those two, and true to form, I have to force white. Sudden Death might be a better card, but white's a better color. Now here we have a nice gift, a second pick Celestial Crusader. There's the Seekers in there, and two red spells, two red removal spells, but Crusader it makes your entire deck better if it's there. I mean, it does so much for you. Now here we don't have any decent white cards, and this is the point where you have to just start deciding on a second color, and the best card in the pack is the Telekinetic Sliver. So that's what I'm going to scoop up. Now, a Psionic Sliver to go with that is really nice. And what that is going to allow me to do is to start taking Watcher Slivers, which survive their own blast from the Sonic Sliver. And so any Watcher Slivers that I'm going to see, I'm probably going to pick it up unless there's something else amazing in the pack. Now here is a choice between Fortify, Chrono Savant, and the Drakeling. I'm not sold on going heavy blue yet. And the Chrono Savant's nice, but it's really big. And the Fortify, I think, is a key to any white deck. So I go ahead and pick that up. I don't know if I'm going to see it again, so I go ahead and take that. Now, the Cavalry is pretty much the only choice we have here. There's not even that much in any other colors, so that's an easy one. And then the late Raptors here, that's just, I mean, at this point I know that nobody's drafting white to my right, so I'm in real good position in this draft. I've drafted the white pretty heavy. There's a late Ivory Giant too. I've drafted white heavy, so I should be getting some white in the second pack, and by the looks of things, I'll be getting white in the third pack as well. So this is what you look for. It might seem like it's an aberration or something, but this happens more often than you probably realize. If a few people upstream don't understand how powerful white is, then you just get a huge flood of cards because of the depth of the color. Going into the second pack, we see another Telekinetic Sliver, Snapback, Troubadour of Thorns. I'm going to go with the Sliver just because it strengthens my Sliver theme. I don't like the kind of shift into blue with more of a controlling theme, but picking up the Sliver here gives me the most options as far as how I'm going to build my deck. Now, if I was going to keep going with the controlling theme, picking up the Cloudskate or the Kraken would be the way to go, but I'm still not 100% committed to it. I decide that I'm going to try to stick as aggressive as possible, so I take the Seekers. Now here we have a Pulmonic Sliver. That's the easiest pick. I mean, it matches my aggression theme and it matches my Sliver theme as well. So that's a no-brainer right there. And a very nice card. Now we have a Temporal Isolation and a Mangara. They're both removal, but Mangara is slower. It does some nice tricks with a Momentary Blink, which you don't have any of yet. Temporal Isolation is cheaper. It works the turn that you play it, and it's immediate, so I have to pick that. Now, the choice between the Looter Encore and the Cavalry. I gotta go with the Cavalry. It's an aggressive creature. The Looter Encore is a fantastic card, but I want to stay as focused on white as possible, and that's a key card. It's so aggressive, and of course the Scout here is easy. It's aggressive. Another Fortify. So 2 Fortifies is pretty much exactly what I want. I don't want any more, but 2 is perfect in most circumstances. The Looter Encore is a good card, but I think that the flanking and the 2 power and toughness, in addition to being white, which goes good with the Crusader and Ivory Giant. I think that's just all that overwhelms the decision. And then here we got a Late Crier and a Gaze of Justice. So basically, you're getting two decks here. You're getting a control deck and you're getting an aggression deck. The control deck with the slivers, the aggression deck with all the white weenies, and the Crusader and the Fortifies. And it's going to make it, you know, depending on how many more cards I get here, it's going to make it a little bit difficult to build the deck. Which actually, you'll see, I have a little bit of trouble deciding on exactly the route I want to go. The Makor is an easy pick here. Maybe the Hydra for some people, but I've not been too enamored with it. I prefer the Makor. Now here, there's a 3rd Fortify. We don't really want the 3rd Fortify. 3's too many, 2's perfect. There's another Cavalry that's going to give us 3 Cavalry, which I think you really can't have enough Cavalry. I mean, for the casting cost and the ability to pump them later with the Fortifies and the Crusader, they provide you with a body that is, especially at that point in the game, is going to dominate everything else on the board. The 2nd Ivory Giant is key pickup. I played with as many as 3 and I've never been disappointed. I always want to get 1st turn Ivory Giant no matter what I'm playing against, even if it's white. It's not that bad because it's still a good sized body. Commander, Bodyguard, Sliver, Kestrel, and Core. Tons of white cards still in the pack. Now, I probably should have taken the Might Sliver, if only to discourage people from playing a Sliver deck, which wouldn't be good for my Slivers, but I take the Quilled. It was a mistake. I readily admit that. There's another Telekinetic Sliver. So there's 3 now, and it might be too many. I've got a lot of stuff in my 4 drops. So, you know. And I pick up the Sliver just to keep it out of people's sideboards against me. And here's a late Doomsayers. The Flickering Spirit, I've already got enough 4 drops right now, so I just pick up the Doomsayers. And that's about it. There's not really that much. We'll rare draft here. There's not really much left in this pack. It's late Stormcloud Gen, but I'm not even sure if I'm going to play it or not. So, I mean, it was obviously a really ridiculous draft. I'm not going to pretend that it's not, but it's not as ridiculous as it might seem. The depth of white makes it such an easy color to draft. And even if somebody upstream from you is drafting it, you still get good spells. And probably better spells than you would in any other color. And the main thing is that they work so well together. So this is what I have. I'm not going to post my final build just yet on this video. I'm going to post it on the next video that also is going to include some highlights. As you can probably guess, I dominated. I didn't lose a game. The deck was firing on all cylinders. It was working exactly like it was supposed to. So I'm not going to have full game highlights. I'm just going to have some clips from the next game. Well, thanks for watching, and look forward to next time. Thanks.